From Relay, this is Connected, episode 568. Today's show is brought to you by Squarespace and Turbulence Forecast. I am your Ricky benchman, Federico, and it's my pleasure to be joined for this big episode today by Steven. Hello, Steven.
You're going down, buddy.
I don't know.
Going down.
Hey, who was that? Oh, we haven't introduced anybody else.
It was the band. It was the Connected Band.
The Connected Band. I would like to welcome to the program Mr. Myke Hurley.
Oh, it's so good to be here. I'm ready. I'm bringing it today. I've decided I'm bringing it today, so you're all going to have to watch out for that.
It's a new day. We're recording on Thursdays.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Which, I don't know about y'all, totally broke my internal clock.
Oh, I don't know where I am.
Yeah, no, big time. No. I've had quite a day, plus we're doing Connected on Thursday. I feel like I have no idea where I am.
Yeah.
Interesting feeling. We have some follow-up. Myke, you want to take this one? Because I think you're so happy.
Well, I was initially. Instagram have launched an iPad app, but they decided to do it in the worst way. Like, I don't understand why they even bothered. Like, they've made everyone so happy that it existed, and then they're like, yeah, how about it just doesn't work like Instagram? So the main thing here is they got an Instagram app. It's on iPad. You can make it lots of different sizes. It's a full app, right? It's got everything. It's pretty similar to the website, which I expect there's some shared some shared links there between the two things. But the home tab of the Instagram for iPad app, it has your stories across the top, and then Reels. And it's the Reels tab. It's not your pictures anymore. And this is Reels, like the algorithm Reels. It's not just Reels from accounts that you follow. If you want to see the posts from people you've chosen to follow, then you go to the like friends or following tab, and you can see all those posts in either algorithmic or chronological view, but you don't get stories there. They've split stories to be with the Reels, and then everything else in the friends tab or whatever. I hate it. This is terrible. I don't know why they've done this, and I do know why they've done this. I wish they wouldn't have done this, and I am concerned that this is actually a harbinger for the future of Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
And if this is where Instagram is going, like, I could see my personal usage declining. I have no interest in Reels and TikTok personally. It's just not what I want. And if they're going to add this friction into using the app, friction for me, I could imagine that I would naturally want to use it less and less. Like, at this point, like for me, the iPhone version of Instagram was better on my iPad than the current version, the iPad version of Instagram. Because with iOS 26, the iPhone apps work great, right? Like, they just work great. I'm pretty sad about this. This is a real bummer. Like, I don't understand why this is again, I keep saying that. I do know why they're doing it. I just wish they wouldn't do it. You know what I mean?
So they want to do TikTok, and they figured, hey, we're launching the app on a new platform. Let's use it as a test bed for, seeing how it actually goes. If we get rid of the homepage and we just default to Reels, not even from people you follow, but algorithmic Reels, and we don't let you see the stories in the friends view. That's great.
Like, I wouldn't mind if I could see my stories in the friends view, right? Like, I would just open the app, tap what I need to tap, and just carry on my day. You know what I mean? Like, I just open the app and press the button, and I would get used to that over time, and it wouldn't bother me. But it's like the fact that they've separated the two things that I want and put them in different places, and if I want to watch people's stories, I have to see just algorithmic nonsense, like stuff that it's just like, for me, again, because I don't use these services, it's not good for me, right? It's like it doesn't give me, it's showing me things that it thinks I might care about, right? But like, it's actually stuff that I wouldn't, if that makes sense. Like, so you're familiar with fan cams as the thing? You guys know what these are? I think they're called fan cams. They're like these edits like of someone that you like, and they're like edited in this very specific way. Like, I think they started with like K-pop. Yeah. So I keep getting those for Formula One, but I wouldn't watch those. You know what? So like, if I was using Reels, they would see that I would go past those quickly.
Man, people use social media way too much. That's my takeaway.
And just
My
in
God.
a way that is totally different to how
Oh my
we're used to
God.
using it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't know, but I'm pretty bummed about it. I hope this isn't what they do to the iPhone app, and I figure I'm just not going to use Instagram for iPad. Really, I don't think. We'll see.
Do you know, increasingly as more time passes, I remain convinced that the best social network there is actually Reddit. At least, you know, it wears its nastiness on its sleeve. You know,
Okay.
you know that you're going to spend some time on Reddit. You're going to find some useful information. But also, you know, because when you sign up for Reddit, you know you're going to have some absolutely nasty, vile people on there. And at least they're honest about it, you know? Like, it's always been this way. They don't even try to make it better. But, you know, I honestly think I get more value out of Reddit. Like, if I had to say, okay, let's assume that I have 30 minutes to waste, all right? And I get to choose. Do I want to waste 30 minutes on TikTok, on Instagram, on X, the Everything app, or on Reddit, or YouTube? And I actually think that out of those 30 wasted minutes, I get a higher value ratio out of Reddit than the others. I don't know, just my personal feelings.
I'm not a fan of Reddit. Like,
Mm-mm.
not for like the typical reasons. Like, I just don't really. I just don't really like it. Like, you know, yeah, just Reddit's not my deal. I like it for like information. You know.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
I mean, like if I Google something and a Reddit thread comes up, I will probably click on that first. But I don't like browse Reddit. You know what I mean? Like I don't have like I used to. I used to use Narwhal, right? And I used to like have a few subreddits that I would keep up with. But there's just like most of the subreddits that I was in, they just kind of trend towards like just like bitterness and nastiness.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. It's so nasty.
Yeah, and it's just not what I'm looking for, you know? Because these are the people I would unfollow on social media, you know? But like I can't get it. You can't really get away from them.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but what's nice about it compared to other places is that very so often, like you go, at least the subreddits I go in, if there's even a slight hint of someone being like, I'm just gonna be super upfront about it, like they absolutely hate Nazis, which is not something that you would think is an obvious thing.
Some social networks encourage it.
Exactly. Yeah. So at least they got that going on Reddit. They don't like those people. At least
they don't like Nazis on Reddit.
The least they can do. You know, the very bare minimum.
What a high bar.
I don't know. What a high bar, right? I mean, at least they got that, which is not a given, sadly. Anyway.
I've had a bunch of people send me the Polar Loop. Polar is a heart rate monitor company, I think. Was this the one that you had, Federico? Was that a Polar?
I don't know. You tell me.
It was. It actually was. And they've made a subscription-free alternative to the Whoop band. It's coming out later this month. It's $200, and it does similar-ish kinds of things: tracks your activity, sleep, and heart rate. It has 8 days battery life. The thing about this, though, right? Like people sent me this. This is interesting. What is the app experience like? So like that, because like I'm looking at a couple of screenshots of their app, and it doesn't look as nice to use, I would say, as Whoop does. But I'll be intrigued to see if people review this. I would expect that Victoria Song at The Verge will review this, and it will be keen. I'll be keen to get the answers at least. But I'm not sure this. Well, I have already subscribed to Whoop, and like the way that Whoop works, you don't pay them monthly, you pay them annually. So I'm in, you know. But yeah, it's an interesting thing that's out there for people. But I still want Apple to do this. A couple of, like maybe a week or so ago, there was someone on Threads who made like a concept of an Apple Whoop band. And
yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, a bunch of people were like, "Oh, Myke, look, this is what you want." It's like, yes,
wait. Was it concepts of a band?
What are you saying? What is that? What are you saying?
Trump was asked about healthcare, and he said he had concepts of a plan.
Yeah,
like
I'm
2
not
years
as plugged
ago.
in on it as you, I think. I think maybe these references might work with some of our
If you
audience,
got
but-
that, let me know on Mastodon.
Which social network? Reddit? They
Any
come
of
to you
them.
on
Oh,
Reddit?
God, no, not Reddit. Oh, man. Federico, I love you, but boy, I disagree. But I also agree that Instagram is bad on the iPad. I installed it and hated it, and I'll never use it.
Stephen, you had a post on your blog where you've put your I don't know, flag in the ground for the name of the folding iPhone.
That's right. This is.
And I just wanted to put it out here on the show too.
It's a mega Ricky, is what this is, because I'm a year ahead of my time.
Okay.
iPhone Ultra. It's the name of the folding
Pretty
phone.
decent. Pretty decent. Pretty decent.
Pretty decent.
Yeah. I think they're going to put fold in it, honestly.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I like where you're coming from. This is if it's not going to be that, right? If it's not going to be folding, it's probably this. Or Max, but that sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Hey, it is September, unlike last week when it wasn't September and I said it was September, but now it really is September, and September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And that means that Relay for St. Jude is back. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, boys? We're back raising money for St. Jude. As of this recording, we are at $80,000 for St. Jude, which is so amazing. You can help grow that number by going to stjude.org/relay. Myke, why would somebody want to do that?
Well, they want to be able to give money to St. Jude, and that is the place to do it. And they can also support the campaign that we've been running. So this is the 7th time that the Relay community has come together to support the life-saving work of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Over these 6 years, again, I don't remember how it works, but we've done it 7 times. We've raised $4 million together as a community. We raised $1 million last year, which was absolutely unbelievable and a fantastic way to celebrate Relay 10. But we're asking you again, as we will do every year for as long as we possibly can, to go to stjude.org/relay and donate. I want to talk a little bit about something called the Transition Oncology Program. At St. Jude, the end of treatment is not the end of support. The Transition Oncology Program, also known as TOP, which is good because Transition Oncology Program is hard to say. This helps prepare families for a smoother transition from treatment to everyday life. TOP develops a treatment summary to help families and their local healthcare providers move forward. To help families plan for their child's specific needs, St. Jude will screen for possible mental and emotional health concerns, find out if the child needs school or job training support, find out if they need help finding health insurance, help families across healthcare services, and provide education about the child's current and future health needs. This is just part of the comprehensive care provided by St. Jude, because getting to the point where you're cancer free is not the end of your journey.
Mm-hmm.
And they know this, and it's kind of just one of the ways that a St. Jude patient is always part of the St. Jude family.
Yeah, that transition is really hard. We did it with our son, who is a pediatric cancer survivor, thanks to St. Jude. You know, we went through that transition, and it's tough because you have a lot of questions about, what do I tell his doctors in the future? What should we be looking out for? How do we manage these things? And TOP is just one part of that, making sure that families have what they need. They're equipped with what they need to move forward. And I love this program. I think it's super important. And y'all, it is like one brick in a giant wall of things that St. Jude does for families with kids with cancer and catastrophic disease. And not just kids who come to Memphis for treatment at St. Jude, because St. Jude shares their research and their information freely around the world. We've gotten several emails this month already of people across the US and in Europe having kids facing cancer and who weren't treated at St. Jude, but their care was influenced by St. Jude's research and information. And in some cases, doctors actually partnering with doctors at St. Jude to make sure they're making the best decisions. It's a whole circle of care, a complete circle of care with St. Jude. And that's why this is important. So please go to stjude.org/relay and donate. You can also sign up and become a fundraiser. And this is a great way to get the fundraising in front of your own communities, your own people. And there's a bunch of different incentives and rewards you can do. But I want to draw your attention specifically this week to the matching program. So a lot of companies will match their employees' donations, and there's information about that if you scroll down that page. And it's a great way for your money to go even further. And I can tell you, because I have the data, it makes a big difference in campaigns like ours. And so if you donate, check out that information on the page, talk to your company, and see if they will match your donation. It's can be a huge impact for really basically no work. So go check that out, stjude.org/relay.
Help give them more tomorrows. Go to stjude.org/relay to donate or start your own fundraiser today.
This episode of Connected is made possible by Squarespace, the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. So whether you're starting your business from scratch or maybe you're scaling up, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim a domain name, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. I've been using Squarespace since basically the dawn of time. It is always where I go to start a project because it is so easy to get started, but then your site can grow with you over time. Maybe you don't need a blog or store on day one, but you do in the future. Well, it's really easy to add. You're not rebuilding everything. You just add to it. It's awesome. Anyone looking to build a site should use Squarespace. And, maybe you're not a designer. Well, that's totally cool because they have Blueprint AI, which is Squarespace's website builder that lets you quickly and easily build a site bespoke to your business. You input some basic information about your industry and goals, and the AI partners up with the award-winning website templates, and you have beautiful design options, no experience required. Or maybe you're like me and you're not an SEO expert. That's a whole world unto itself. Well, Squarespace has tools built in for this too. The websites are ready to go. They're optimized from day one to be indexed with meta descriptions, an auto-generated sitemap, and more, so more people find your site through search engine results. Head on over to squarespace.com/connected for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code CONNECTED to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain name. That's squarespace.com/connected and the offer code CONNECTED to get 10% off your first purchase and to show your support for your favorite show. Our thanks to Squarespace for their support of Connected and all of Relay. All right, is everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Can you believe we're making picks again?
I
On a
can.
Thursday?
That's the weird thing.
In this economy?
The Rickies is a game Connected host, hey, that's us, play before Apple keynotes and the beginning of a new year, trying to predict future events. It's made up of 3 rounds. Each host makes 2 regular picks followed by a risky pick. There are 2 types of Rickies today. We are playing Keynote Rickies because it's September, not January. The Keynote Rickies winner is named the Keynote Chairman, and this position is held until the next keynote. Hosts should be introduced at the top of each episode according to their current titles. And you've been hearing something special since WWDC. In the event that a host has both positions, as Federico does, he won the annual Rickies and he won the last Keynote Rickies. He is the Ricky Benchman. And if he wins this time, he'll continue that. And if he doesn't, he won't. After the Rickies, the hosts play a game called the Flexies. These 2 games are separate but related. Please stand for the reading of the rules. Each host gets to make 2 regular picks. Hosts can be granted a bonus regular pick for any previously incorrect pick that has now come true from the last 3 corresponding games. A previously incorrect pick may be used only once. Correct regular picks are awarded 1 point. The language used for regular picks must be finalized and agreed upon during recording, and no partial points may be awarded. Risky picks have a more complex scoring system. Each host must make a pick with 3 supporting details. If you get all 3 details correct, you earn 2 points. 2 details correct will earn you 1 point. If you get 1 detail correct, you earn 0 points. And if you get all 3 details wrong, you lose a point. As someone who has been there, it is devastating. Points are only awarded based on details, not the overall pick. Picks must have been approved as risky by the 2 other hosts before the start of the game. So we've been texting furiously over the last week or so, making sure we're all lined up. Picks for the Keynote Rickies cannot be reused by the host who made them for the next keynote. For Keynote Rickies, the scoring window starts when the live stream begins and closes when picks are scored, which will be next Thursday. Any information used in scoring must be publicly verifiable at the time of recording. All hosts are allowed to reuse picks previously made by others. Scoring is completed during the recording and cannot be modified once an episode is complete. In the event of a tie, dice by pCalc must be used in relay mode to pick a winner. In the case of a 3-way tie, hosts all make their calls at the same time, with flipping continuing until a winner is named. Jason Snell previously had a lifetime ban on flipping any coins in relation to the Rickies. However, after graduating Coin Flip University during the 2024 Podcastathon for St. Jude, he can now flip a coin under direct supervision. The order of the picks is set by previous performance. The winner of the previous associated game goes first, the previous loser goes last. Winners will be recognized during the closing ceremonies. Past results can be seen at rickies.co and rickies.net. These sites also have pages about managing your own scorekeeping at home. You may be seated.
It is September, which means that Stephen and I will be dueling on the 19th of September, the 7th annual Podcastathon for St. Jude. Like the quizzes last week, we should put some points on the line today. I would like to suggest that we take our total points for regular picks and flexies, so Rickies and flexies, multiply the final by 10.
Okay,
Ooh.
That works for me.
Cool.
It's time for round 1. Federico, as the benchman, you get to go first.
Okay. I'll tell you, boys, I'm going to try and play this very strategically because I want to keep my title. So, we'll see. My number 1 pick is...
that didn't last long, did it? Maybe there's some strategy.
Maybe there isn't. I like to keep you on your toes. You know that. Maybe that's the strategy. My number 1 pick is Apple introduces a new thin iPhone model. So there's gonna be a thin iPhone. Mm-hmm. I don't wanna say what it's gonna be called. Will it be called Air? Will it be called Slim? Who knows? I think it's gonna be called Air.
iPhone Math.
iPhone Math. Remember that? That was cool.
Greatest iPhone name of all time.
So yeah, I think there's going to be a thin iPhone. We'll know it when we see it. They're going to make a big deal out of the fact that it's thin, and it's the thinnest iPhone ever made. I will be, outside of this pick, I will be curious to see if it'll be as thin as an iPad Pro. I don't think it will. The iPad Pro is 5.1 millimeters thin?
Yeah.
5 point, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be thicker than that, but I think it's going to be appreciably thinner than the current Gen 16 Pro Max, for example. So that's going to be interesting. And also it'll be interesting to see how much of a premium you're going to pay for such a thin iPhone. I think it's going to be interesting to have that contrast, especially between the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Air. Like, how do you price that?
I would like to talk about that specifically later on in today's episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw somebody a couple of days ago using an iPhone 6 on a bus.
Wow.
That phone looked so thin. It really isn't that much different. It's like a millimeter thinner than an iPhone 16, right? And let me see where it is.
It's 6.9 millimeters for the iPhone 6.
But I think part of it was definitely based on, so the iPhone Pro is 8 millimeters. So it's quite a significant difference to the iPhone Pro. So like the phone that I'm using. So that is just 25% thinner. Mm-hmm. And also it didn't have this huge camera bump, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it did make me think about the fact that this phone might feel thinner. It's probably going to feel thinner than it looks, the Air, right? Because all of the case rumors have that. It still has like a big bar that goes across the top. So like, if you're looking at it, maybe that kind of skews it. But when you hold it in your hand, it's going to be super thin and light. And like, that's kind of the pull of it. But yeah, to seeing somebody use an iPhone 6, it's like, wow, we didn't know what we had.
Mm-hmm. The funniest thing about that is, and people were like worked up about the little camera protrusion on the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. It's like, oh, buddy, you don't know what's coming. Like,
yeah.
I mean, especially what we may be about to get. This is like all camera back there. You know?
It's gonna be exciting. Federico, I think you're gonna get this. It is interesting. Samsung beat Apple to the punch on this, but I don't think that phone has done anything. So we'll see if Apple has better success. Is it not?
They just showed it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think mostly I think it's gonna be interesting to see if. So they've been trying to make sense out of this fourth iPhone in the lineup forever, right?
Oh yeah.
And maybe this time around the Air will be successful.
Oh no, it is available now. Apologies, sorry. Yeah,
okay.
Before we get the follow up, they initially showed it off and gave no information, and then it came out to not much fanfare. Sorry.
I guess what's going to be interesting is seeing if people actually want a phone with less battery and worse cameras just because it's thin, you know? So, because I understand thinness as part of, preparation for a foldable, but that's a completely separate product, right? You're getting a foldable. Here, you're getting a regular iPhone that, sure, it's thinner, but also has much worse battery and a worse camera and a worse everything, really. But it's thin. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I want it, but not as my main phone. Exactly. Like, I'm not going to replace my iPhone. I'm not expecting to replace my Pro iPhone with the Air. Like, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I don't know what I'm going to do. I could do something. I could do something wild.
Yes, you.
I was talking to Chance Miller the other day about this very thing of like, man, the Air would be like really good for content, but ultimately I probably want the features of the Pro. And he was like, yeah, I mean, maybe I'll just flip flop. I was like, oh, I can't relate to that. I've never flip flopped on a phone.
It's going to be fascinating to see what you do, because I am hoping that on the day it comes out, someone will have one.
Yeah.
And it will. I think the key will be how quick will it be until you return to the App Store? Like how fast will it be until that happens? I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm intrigued by it.
All right, my first round pick. Apple has a new case option to replace fine woven.
Tech woven.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that name, but I said it on Upgrade, and Jason was like, well, fine woven wasn't a good name. It's like, oh yeah, you know what? Like, they're both bad. I think this was obvious, right? Like, Apple replaced their leather cases with a new premium case option, which did not perform well. They didn't do it again, so they ended up going last year with only the silicone, which you definitely know is not what they would prefer. They want to have a expensive and more expensive phone case available for you to buy. So I would expect that the team that has been working, a team that I kind of feel sorry for in a way, because I bet it took a lot of time to find a replacement for leather, and now they had to start that process all over again. However, I will say that team did not do a good job the first time around. Sorry to say it, but that case was bad. It was bad at it was bad at many of the things that a case needs to be good at. I will be intrigued to see what this feels like, what the kind of specs of it are, especially like some of the stuff I just don't understand. Like some of the leaks seem to suggest that the camera control area is just a cutout, which just feels like I will be shocked if they do that.
That'd be pretty sad. I mean,
I would be shocked if the silicone case has a little piece of sapphire in it, but the more expensive case, they're like, just jam your finger in there, like. Who's it going to hurt? So yeah, it's going to be interesting. There's going to be more eyes on this case than there would normally be eyes on a case, right? Like that's the problem that this product has. nobody really paid that much attention to the Apple leather cases year in and year out, right? Like you knew what it was and you did it. Fine woven came out. People weren't really paying attention to it until they started getting them, and they were weird and like they were acting strangely, like they were getting all scuffed and stuff like that. I think Steven's ports were misaligned on his one. Like it just didn't really seem to be like a very complete product. So, but now, people are going to be taking keys to this thing as soon as they open the packaging. So, plus, I'm sorry, I'm already going on about this now. They'll be under a particular amount of scrutiny because case talk and articles can be written in the time before the iPhones are out. And so all of the tech websites and also the tech podcasts like this one, we're looking for stories during that time, right? Like that week in between. And the cases usually arrive in the week in between. So you're kind of like, people will be wanting to put these things to the test because they need things to talk about. So it's going to be fascinating to see what happens.
I think they've probably learned their lessons here. And I hope this is good. The leaks about this, they're reminiscent of the Peak Design cases, which I really like. And so I am hopeful that they get it right this time. But I haven't actually used an Apple first-party case since the fine woven thing fell apart. I mean, there's lots of other good options out there. Apple has a lot of competition to get it right. They really need to. Okay, my first round pick, the iPhone Pro and Pro Max have different camera systems. I think.
Well, I mean, technically they are always different because they're two different phones. So you could get this point on a technicality in that, yes.
A feature is different. You know what I'm saying. A feature is different between the two. My suspicion is that it's Zoom related, but we'll see.
These things have to be said on the podcast because, if you're tied with one of us, you might try and weasel your way in by saying well,
different phone.
But yes, so you think Zoom is what you think?
That'd be my unofficial guess. Yeah.
I found a weird rumor which seemed to suggest there was a rumor that suggested that there was the possibility of a mechanical aperture in the Pro Max, that you could change the aperture.
Mechanical. Okay, wow. Hey, maybe that's what camera control is good for.
Actually controlling the camera.
They should repurpose camera control for that instead of the weird swipe that nobody uses.
I have camera control follow-up. I totally forgot. So I was setting up a new iPhone 16 for a family member earlier this week. And in like the setup flow, there's camera control. And there's an option like in the setup. Do you want it just to be a button or do you want all the swipey stuff? And I think, I didn't take a screenshot, but I think it defaulted to just be a simple button, which I found interesting. And this was on iOS 18. It's a family member. I'm not putting them on the beta.
That because they added that at a certain point, and I guess they just made that part of the setup flow. But you wouldn't necessarily see that unless you were starting fresh, right? They're not gonna ask you about that. That's interesting. I was surprised that. I mean, and who knows, right? Like the camera is the camera app often has changes very late. I was surprised that the camera control button continued to work exactly the same in 26.
Me too, honestly. I think it's too complicated, and my mind hasn't changed after a year. Every once in a while, I turn it back on because I just use it as a button. I'm like, no, this is a mess in here.
Yeah, I only ever use it to open the camera app. I don't take pictures of it because I don't like the pressing of the button. I don't think it's a very comfortable button to press. So I use the on-screen camera button, but I do like having a dedicated button to open the camera from literally whatever I'm doing.
Same. Yeah.
I use it all the time for that. Okay.
That brings us into round two.
Round two.
My round two pick is the Pro iPhones have a wider rectangular camera bar on the back. Whereby rectangular, I mean, we know what I mean. Like it's going to be wider and longer than the squarish thing we have now. Yeah.
Can we say rectangular-ish?
Rectangular-ish, yes, because, I mean...
I just want that in the official record.
It's not a rectangular.
Can we say squircle?
Ugh. Round rect.
Yeah. I think it's going to... Like, initially when I saw the leaks months and months ago, I thought, oh my God, that's so ugly. It is actually, it's kind of weird to say that a leaked design has been growing on me. I guess we'll see what the official one looks like. But it has been growing on me. I think I actually gonna like the more balanced look. I don't know, maybe just a fashion thing that more and more phones are doing it now, and my eyes are getting used to it as an idea. I don't know.
It looks good on the Pixel phones. Like
it does.
This is a design that looks good on the Pixel phones. It is wild to me in a way for Apple to follow Google in hardware design, but like Google set this as like a thing. Everybody laughed at it, and then over time, it's like, you know what? This actually just looks good. Like it's like it looks different. It looks modern because all the other phones, they're trying their best to downplay it, right? Like even though they're making them bigger all the time, but it's like no, it's just one corner that's like this. The rest of the phone. It's fine, and I think people are going to dig it. Like I think it will pass the rocking test, which I'm pretty sure is only a thing YouTubers do. I don't know if anyone in real life really. Please don't write to me. Please don't. You know what I'm saying. All right, just stop. All right, not you two. I know,
should you feel so offended by the fact that Myke said that nobody rocks their phone on a table in real life? Please don't send us an email.
Please don't. I feel like it will make that part work, and I think people might like I don't know how it will feel to hold, but like it might be like a thing where a lot of people could rest a finger right there or whatever, and it becomes like for many of the reasons I use a pop socket, like the main one is. It's not even extending it. It's just having something to like rest my finger against. It just gives you a nice grip point. People might like it for that. I think it's going to go down well. And it's also going to serve the main purpose, which is it makes every iPhone look like a new one.
Yep.
Thank you. I was going to say that because it's going to sound silly, but it gives you an instant way to tell that somebody's using a new iPhone, and it's a good conversation starter with people in general. Like, hey, is that the new one?
The Pro and the Air. The regular iPhone 17 seems to just basically look like the 16.
Yeah, I mean, nobody buys that, so please don't send me an email about that also.
You did! Last year, you did. Was it last year?
Well, yeah, I used the Plus for a while.
Yeah, you flip-flopped.
Yeah, who's the flip-flopper now, son?
Yeah, don't even try. Don't even go there, Steven. I mean, you are the guru of flip-flopping. So
looking at my iPhone 16 Plus, to make this thing rectangular doesn't even double it in size. Like it's already past the 50% mark width-wise. But I am excited about this. I think it looks really good.
All right, my second round pick is that the Apple Watch Ultra finally goes to 3.
Ooh.
Finally.
Wow. About time. I need a new Apple Watch. So
I will say that this pick is not as like basic as it looks on the surface. Because like I could have just said the Apple Watch Ultra finally gets a revision. But like I'm like, no. I'm gonna put my like I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Apple Watch Ultra 3, which is again not like incredibly risky or anything, but there's I could have gone more safe than I did. They absolutely need to do this. Like, how long are we going to do this thing? I do think that it will be a bit of a change. I think it will probably be more like the Series 10, in kind of like in design, like make the screen a little bit bigger, flatten out the sides, maybe make it thinner would be nice, but who knows if they'll get there.
I'm also going with a 3. Apple announces AirPods Pro 3. So it's been a minute since we've had new AirPods Pro. I was thinking about this in this pick. It's kind of amazing how much Apple has added to AirPods Pro 2 over their lifetime, like in terms of features. And I think they're going to build on that. I think unofficially the heart rate sensing stuff that came in those Beats headphones seemed like an obvious win for AirPods Pro 3. And I think we'll see them next to the iPhone. I think they want it to share the spotlight with the phone.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what they actually do here, right? Like heart rate monitoring is one. There's been like a bunch of weird rumors, right? Like infrared cameras for I don't know what. Will they redesign it? What else is going to be in the AirPods Pro? Are they going to make significant changes to the sound profile again? Like, will they add any more modes, right? We've got like adaptive mode. stuff like that. Like, here's what I want. Actually, I'm going to just say this. This is a software thing. The conversational awareness mode, I should be able to turn that off for the music app because I can't sing along to music.
Yes. Yes.
So I would like the ability to turn that off for the music app or use the power of Apple Intelligence to understand that I'm singing along to the music I'm listening to.
Yeah. Also, in the future, like 3 years from now, when they have Apple glasses, the future that I imagine, I'm wearing Apple glasses and I'm wearing also AirPods, and I don't want the conversation awareness to kick in because the glasses recognize that I'm talking to my dogs. So that's the kind of AI I want to see.
Oh, right. The glasses see the dogs.
The glasses see the dogs. Exactly. Like, because I'm talking to them, I'm like, hey, like if I'm like, I think also Jason had this problem. I mentioned on Upgrade a few months ago. Like, recognize that I'm just talking to my dogs. You don't need to pause because like they're not actually going to talk back to me, unfortunately.
Although I want Apple to do some kind of like super high quality like bone conduction or something. You know, like the like where it doesn't actually make noise.
Yeah.
That would be cool in the glasses, not in AirPods, obviously.
Yeah. Anyway, that is round 2, I think. Yes. Do we have any bonus round picks?
No.
Okay. Well, you know what's happening next.
The ad. This episode of the show is brought to you by Turbulence Forecast. We all check the weather before we step outside. I mean, I've got it on my Apple Watch. But what about before we fly? With Turbulence Forecast, you can know before you board what kind of ride to expect, whether it's going to be smooth sailing or a little bumpy. Turbulence Forecast gives you access to the same professional-grade tools that pilots use, but in a way that's simple and easy to understand. You'll find raw aviation maps plus clear, color-coded turbulence maps that show you conditions up to 5 days in advance. But the real star is the automated forecast. Just enter your flight details and you'll get a personalized turbulence report custom built for your exact route. You'll see what altitudes make it rough, what sections of the flight will be smooth, and you'll get multiple updates delivered straight to your phone and your email, so you're always up to date as the forecast evolves. I hate turbulence. I get super motion sick. It makes me nervous, and Turbulence Forecast can tell me what to prepare for. So whether you're a nervous flyer who wants peace of mind or you just like knowing what's ahead, Turbulence Forecast helps you feel prepared with clarity you won't get anywhere else. So check it out today at turbulenceforecast.com or search for Turbulence Forecast in the App Store or on Google Play. That's turbulenceforecast.com or search Turbulence Forecast. There's also a link in the show notes. Our thanks to Turbulence Forecast for their support of this show and all of Relay. All right, Federico, let's get risky.
Okay. So I think I am going to read my risky pick first, and then I'm going to explain the context and why I chose this one. So as we know, the new risky pick format has an opening statement and 3 conditions. The opening statement is the new iPhone 17 Pro devices have additional Apple Intelligence features. Condition number 1, they have more RAM than other iPhones and can run on-device models faster. Number 2, the 17 Pros can run the 7 billion version of Apple Foundation model on device. Number 3, the 17 Pros get new image and or camera-related AI features. So, here's what I'm thinking about here. Rumors are suggesting that the Pros and maybe the Air, as of a leak of today, will have 12 gigabytes of RAM as opposed to the previous 8 gigabytes of RAM that is on the current generation iPhone models. Currently, the on-device Apple Intelligence that you have, the model that gets downloaded on your iPhone 16 or 16 Pro today, is the 4 billion model, small one. I believe 2-bit quantization they mentioned last year. Anyway, it's a small and kind of, I don't want to say dumb, but kind of that. It's a very small and not so intelligent model that can run on your phone that only has 8 gigabytes of RAM. So it can run that model plus also let you use your phone normally. Now, as we have seen, especially in Android land over the past year, it seems like 12 gigabytes of RAM is the sweet spot right now. If you want to have a better model for on-device AI than the 4 billion Apple Intelligence one, and also get to use your phone with multitasking, taking pictures, taking 4K videos, the usual stuff. So if Apple is doing 12 gigabytes of RAM on an iPhone, I could see, first of all, condition number one, they have more RAM than other iPhones and can run on-device models faster. I could see Apple say, well, Apple Intelligence, we have some big upgrades for Apple Intelligence on the new iPhones. First of all, it runs faster than your previous phone. Because, time to first token generation per second, like those are all metrics that you can observe on a computer today, you can observe on a phone today. And I would imagine that Apple would like to say, we have the A19, we have more memory, your Apple Intelligence tasks can run faster.
I was thinking to myself, like, why did I even have a grounds to speak on this kind of stuff, right? Because like Apple Intelligence, I just don't think is seen in the conversation. But then I thought about Joni Sruji down in the lab.
Mm-hmm.
He just says stuff, you know, like he just
says
numbers.
stuff.
He's just like out there and he's like, my flops and tops are just like the best. And you wouldn't even believe it.
And also, if you want to be taken seriously in the AI industry, which I think Apple would like to be taken with some amount of seriousness at some point, you would need to show those metrics, right? If you are serious about AI, and if you're serious about saying, well, our phones are AI phones also, just saying, well, on these new devices with these new chips and this more memory, we can have a shorter time to first token when you ask a question. We can generate more tokens per second when you're waiting for a response, especially, and this brings me to my second condition, especially if for the past 3 months, you've been making such a big deal out of the fact that your third-party developers will be able to tap into on-device foundational models, which is what's happening with iOS 26. Now, so you're Apple, you're making a big deal out of the fact that third-party developers can integrate with Apple Intelligence. Great. And when they do, all they get is the small and kind of bad 4 billion foundation model. Obviously that's not ideal, right? You would like to have developers use an even better model. So I think that there's an opening here for Apple to say on the new iPhones, third-party apps get automatically upgraded to the bigger 7 billion version of Apple Foundation model. Now, why that one? First of all, that is the current version that runs on private cloud compute. Oh. If you compare a 7 billion model and you sort of run just do some research, you can get those kinds of models on Android running. There's plenty of cases of those models running on phones with 12 gigabytes of RAM.
That seems like I've no doubt that you're right, but like it seemed like quite a jump to me to be like the private cloud compute model can now run locally. Like that would be quite intense.
Right, it would need to be quantized. So we need to be optimized for a phone rather than whatever. What do they have? A Mac Studio in the cloud or something? I don't know. Yeah. But, I could see Apple saying on these new phones, we can have a bigger Apple Intelligence model, which means better responses, maybe more languages, that kind of stuff. There was also a rumor a few months ago by Mark Gurman that Apple was testing bigger models in private cloud compute. So I could see Apple basically progressively saying over time, some models will graduate to running on device, and in the cloud, we're going to progressively move to bigger and bigger models. And condition number 3, I think they have to have some kind of response to the fact that Google and Samsung are absolutely running away with the idea that they have AI phones that have serious artificial intelligence-based camera and image features. So the iPhone event is always an opportunity for Apple to showcase some new photos and camera stuff. And I think, they do this every year. And I think they're going to have some kind of AI angle here. I don't know what it is, but I think it's not. I would be surprised if it's just going to be, yeah, we have a better lens. You're going to take better pictures. That's it. I think they're going to have something that is about Apple Intelligence, that is about AI, and they're going to say it as part of the photos or camera segments.
Did you see the Google Photos Gemini thing where you just like say what you want done to an image? It
Yeah.
just does it.
Apple has a white paper on it. Remember, we talked about it last year. Natural language editing.
Project Raccoon something. They all had weird names.
No, it wasn't Raccoon, but yes, it was.
I mean, why
something.
not? But yeah, Google have done that now, right? Like that's in Google Photos. So maybe something like that. I don't know. That'd be
also a bigger model also lets you do that. So yeah.
Stephen, you might be able to help me with this question. The A19 Pro, which would be the chip that we'd expect to see, is this the first time we see kind of like a core that would go to the M5? Or is this M4?
I don't remember.
What way around it goes?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Maybe the Discord knows.
Is the A19 Pro going to be the one on the updated 3nm process?
I think the A18 Pro wasn't it?
Yeah, the A18 is the second generation.
Well, is it the
3nm.
second generation of the first 3rd nanometer, or is it a new 3rd nanometer?
It's gonna the A19 Pro will be the 3rd generation 3nm process.
Jason says it's the same core as the M5, so that's
you go.
That's the information that I was looking for. He's the person to know that. So all that to say, it's another reason why you would spend time talking about the AI performance in this chip is because the people that care about what Apple might do over the next year in their hardware, this would be the first indication of the capabilities of it, right?
In theory, yeah.
All right, cool. My pick, I'm innovating on a format of Risky Picks that I created in September of 2021, which informs the current system, where I made a pick about the iPad mini and just like threw a bunch of stuff. My pick was a new iPad mini is introduced with a refreshed design, new colors previously not part of the product, USB-C smart connector, and 5G support. And I got everything except a smart connector. It was heartbreak. Mm-hmm. But the point of that was I couldn't think of anything super risky anymore, so I'm just going to make it risky by throwing stuff at it. And so this time, my pick begins with Apple announces the iPhone Air, which that's not risky, but now I'm going for it in the details. So, detail number 1. It weighs between 146 to 148 grams.
That is so specific. Okay.
So either 146, 7, or 8. The reason that this is also risky is all the rumors say 145. And I'm just going to say that no one really knows. So I'm going 146 to 148. It does not have the worst quoted battery life of the 17 line. Ooh. It will be equal or better than the 17.
Wow. Okay.
Oh boy.
Setting now, that baseline. Okay.
I have 2 ways that I think they might be able to do this. One is a new battery technology.
Yeah, which seems like they're going to do.
The other is, do you remember all those rumors of a AI-powered battery optimization? Like, there is battery optimization stuff going on in 26, but it's not powered by Apple Intelligence. There's a lot of rumor about Apple Intelligence powered. My thought is a combination of new battery technology and software. They may be able to get a smaller milliamp hour battery to last as long as the 17 on the specs they give, at least. That's my thought. Like, Apple has set kind of like the baseline of a battery, right? And they do this in all their products. I'm sure they will. If they can't do it, they can't do it. But I'm sure that they will try by hook or by crook to not make it seem like this phone has like terrible battery life. You know? Point 3. The iPhone Air is more expensive than the iPhone Pro.
Yeah, I think that may be right. For a couple of reasons. One, as Jason said on Upgrade, and Federico said earlier, that 4th iPhone spot that the Mini was in and now the Plus is in, has struggled. And so maybe Apple abandons that price point for now. I think they also can't build this phone at that price point. But I think most importantly, this phone, I think, like, is a on-ramp to a foldable. And that phone is going to be expensive. And so this is a step in that direction.
Yeah, well, but that will be a fifth phone.
Yeah, but I mean in terms of price point, like starting price point.
There's going to be a lot of R&D costs in this phone.
Yeah.
And they're going to make you pay for that.
Yeah.
And so I just imagine, I don't think there is any need for this to be in that spot.
No.
Right? That, like, what is it, like $8.99 spot?
Yeah.
I also just can't imagine it would fit in that spot. Like, this phone is so weird.
Yeah, I think that would mean they have to cut things down and it makes it less of a good phone. Like, for me, one thing I really want, if the Air doesn't have it, it takes it off the table for me, is like an always-on display. I really like it. I use it all the time at my desk. $8.99, maybe they have to give that up. But at whatever you're thinking, $12.99, $11.99, whatever, maybe they don't.
My expectation is it's $10.99, so it sits between the iPhone 16 and 16 Pro Max. If those prices remain, right, like those prices, that the iPhone 16, the iPhone 17 Pro might come in at $10.99 to begin with.
There's a rumor that they're going to be more expensive, but come with more storage as like an offset.
This doesn't make a difference. It's still more expensive. You know what? It's like you can tell me it's for that, but it's more expensive. But yeah, I think that it will go price wise will be 17, 17 Pro, 17s, 17 Pro Max. That's what I think it will be. But
okay. I have a question about your first point. It weighs between 146 and 148 grams.
Yeah.
Does that mean it can weigh 146, 147, or 148?
Yes,
I said that.
That's what he said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that need to be in writing?
Doesn't it mean that?
I think it does. But I also read it.
There's a hyphen in between the numbers, so technically that's a range of grams.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figure it means that. I don't know, but I don't know how words work. But
okay,
this is mine. I think I've like purposefully gone, I think, a bit contrarian of a lot of the things that people think this phone's going to be. But this is also the phone I want. You know what I mean? Like, make the battery life good, make it more expensive than the Pro, so you've actually put what it needs in there. I agree with you, Stephen. Like, well, I think all these phones, I think it's ridiculous that like the 17, well, it's ridiculous that the 16 doesn't have a promotion display with it always on. Right?
Yeah.
Like, the whole line should have that now. I'm hoping maybe this is the year they do it because I think they kind of have to do it with the Air. Although the problem with the Air is, well, always on means battery life. This phone doesn't have a big battery.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it's always on, but like there's not an option to have the wallpaper, so it's more like OLED-y.
They changed the way that it works by default, the always on display in 26. They made it blurry.
Yeah, so you could read your notifications.
I mean, you think that's why they
I
did
guarantee you that's why it is.
Interesting. But yeah, I turned that off. I don't know why they made that change, but they did it.
Okay. My risky pick.
I am so ready for this one. I cannot wait. Please do it. Say it.
The iPhone Pro and Pro Max come in a unique finish.
Mm-hmm.
It refracts/reflects light. It has a rainbow effect as light passes over it. Apple calls this finish glass.
Unbelievable. What are you doing? You know?
Are you sure? And especially the first point. Steven, are you sure you don't want to change this?
Yeah.
The first point is literally
it reflects light.
It is, first of all, it's like, those are like two completely opposite things.
I'm encompassing light interacting with it. That's what I'm getting after.
I mean, this isn't happening, right? Like, I feel like you must know this.
It would have to be a transparent iPhone made of glass-like material. And what exactly is it gonna refract or reflect?
Light. You said it right there. You know?
Right. What light? What
All
light?
of it. The light
in the world.
From inside
and
outside.
You're walking under a street light and you get a little...
Steven, don't do this. Steven,
do you want to lose? Like, I don't understand. Like, it felt like you were just like, I just don't want to win this one.
I told you this days ago, and you stuck with it.
Brought to you by the people who suggested Apple was going to make a DAC.
There's no way this could be in development and we don't know about it.
But there are rumors about it.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah.
There were people saying
What?
just absolutely unhinged things about iPhones and liquid glass and light will reflect. That was just people saying stuff. Like, it wasn't anything. What rumors? Find me the rumors.
Mac rumors. Tim Hardaway.
Okay.
Mac rumors. Okay.
A new rumor out of China today has sparked speculation that Apple may be writing a unique new iPhone 17 Pro color that somehow reflects the new design language of its iOS 26 design.
Where is this?
I'll put it in Discord. Boop.
The leaker, who only claims to have heard of it, but not seen
Stop
it,
reading!
seems to believe that the color is what previous leaks have simply referred to as white. Quote, but it appears differently depending on the lighting.
White.
Anthony burned me down on the Discord. Steven is trying to balance his lead in the St. Jude competition to give Myke a chance.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah. I'm ahead by 130 points.
A white-based material that subtly shifts hues depending on light and angle. Could add a dynamic.
On Wednesday, a Macworld report claimed to reveal all of the colors that each iPhone 17 model will come in, allegedly based on an internal document. The report listed white as a color option for all models, including the iPhone 17, 17 Air, 17 Pro, and 17 Pro Max. Steven, once again, are you sure you want to have this risky pick? Okay, well,
all right, respect.
Respect?
Won't we all look silly, you know? If they have the liquid glass phone.
If they have the liquid glass phone, I will do something in your honor that I will think about.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I mean, with a promise like that, how could it go wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, to restate our risky picks, Federico says the new iPhone 17 Pro devices have additional Apple Intelligence features. Myke says Apple introduces the iPhone Air, and he made some very specific guesses about weight and price. And then I said the iPhone Pro and Pro Max come in a unique finish called glass. It is now time for the Flexies. The Flexies is a game held after each edition of the Rickies. It consists of a series of additional picks in relation to the upcoming Apple event or year. Scoring is completed separately from the main game, but like the Rickies, the order of picks is set by the results of the previous game, and ties will be broken by using dice by pCalc. Please lie down as the rules are read. Host must make a minimum of 5 Flexi picks. Each correct pick is awarded 1 point. Wrong picks do not remove any points, and no partial points may be awarded. The winner is determined by comparing the percentage of correct Flexis made by each host. The winner can use their chosen title as long as they are the winner. Federico shall be named Prince Flexi and is known as King Flexi when having won both the Keynote annual games. Myke has chosen Duke of Flexington and uses the name Archduke Flexington when applicable. I am the Attorney General Flexi and uses the title Secretary of Deflex when necessary. Loser of the Flexis must compensate the winner of the Flexis by donating to a charity of the winner's choice. Obviously, this month I would assume that is at stjude.org/relay. The amount of the donation is $25 per wrong Flexi made by the loser. The money must be donated on air. If someone holds all 4 titles, they are allowed to choose their own nickname. You may be seated. All right, I get to go first because I won the Flexis at WWDC. I have 6.
For now.
Dun, dun, dun.
The Apple Watch Ultra Series 3 has a larger screen than the Ultra 2. Bump it up a little bit. iOS 26 gets a release date of the week of September 15th.
Don't want to pick a day, huh?
A week is enough. It's not a risky.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. You don't. Flexies aren't open to judging by the others.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking if
Uh-huh.
you've like got it or not. Because like in your previous round, it seemed like you really had something, and now like I don't know.
Wow.
But, hey, you do you.
Apple releases a new external iPhone battery. Jaws introduces the Pro iPhones in a dark setting. Apple announces AirTags 2. And number 6, the iPhone Air is the quote, one more thing.
You're on this train too, huh?
I am. I'm going down the rails of history.
Okay. All right. I have 9 for now. Matching.
Copycat.
Well, we'll see.
I had 9. Just want everyone to know, I had 9 and Federico had 6, and now Federico's seen that I have 9 and now he has 9. I just want everyone
gotta
to know
match the high end. You gotta have a.
Wait till you see the another 11 I have ready to paste in.
Okay, all right, cool. We'll see. Number 1, Apple has a new lanyard accessory for the iPhone. Number 2, AirTags 2 feature ultra wideband support. Number 3, Apple announces a partnership with Google for Gemini.
Don't AirTags already have ultra wideband?
Do
they?
Isn't that like their whole thing? You can do precision finding.
Is it? Isn't that the rumor?
Apple designed U1 chip for ultra wideband.
Yeah. Why don't you say? I think the rumor is enhanced or improved. I think the idea is
like a new generation ultra wideband
will be able to support it from further away. I think
new generation ultra wideband technology.
That's how you can like walk to it, right? Because if it's Bluetooth, it can't be like it's over there, it's over here, that kind of thing.
Yeah, new generation ultra wideband technology.
Stephen, you have stairs in your new house, and
I do.
I wonder if you've yet come across the fact where you're trying to find something and it's like, this might be on another floor. Have you done that yet?
I have not had that happen.
Right. So, it can like point you can walk towards it and you're getting closer to it, but the phone knows you're not actually closer based on where it's telling you to go. And it pops up and it's like, this may be on another floor. And that's when you know to go over upstairs or downstairs to find your AirPods.
I will have to check that out.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 3, Apple announces a partnership with Google for Gemini.
Because they're allowed to be as friendly as they like now, aren't they? This is something we didn't cover, but Apple can keep getting that sweet, sweet money, and no one's happier about this than Tim
They
Cook.
will get the money, and if they build a search engine, they will get the data from Google. So that's nice.
Yep, Tim's a winner.
Yeah. Number 4, all iPhones have a ProMotion display. I think it's time. They're going to do it. Number 5, some of the new iPhones have a redesigned thermal system. And
big time on this.
They should do it. These phones get hot, man. Number 6, all iPhones have an improved selfie camera. So, better front-facing camera.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to say slofies again?
That is a word I haven't heard in such a long time. And I hope to never hear again. Number 7, the back of the Pro iPhones looks different. I really hope they did the two-tone thing because it also has been growing on me.
Yeah, that's what you mean. Yeah, I want that. That.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool.
Did you hear? I also was thinking about this again. Sometimes I just have to reuse things I say on Upgrade to Connect. It doesn't happen very often, but it will always happen in the prediction episodes.
Wow.
Because titanium made the phones lighter. You go back to aluminium and glass, they're going to go back to where they were in weight.
No.
If you get rid of...
I heard you say that on Upgrade, and you were wrong on Upgrade, and you're wrong here.
Yeah,
they were steel. They were lighter than steel.
No one's given me any feedback, so am I really wrong? I don't think so.
I think so.
Well, what's lighter, titanium or aluminium?
I think aluminum.
You said you think. That doesn't sound like...
I mean, they moved to titanium because they were steel. We'll see.
Okay. Nevertheless, I still want it to be light, and it will make it light if they replace the glass of aluminum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Number 8, shortcuts use model action for Apple Intelligence is mentioned / shown on screen. They could use all the good stuff they can get when talking about Apple Intelligence. The use model action is pretty cool. And number 9, iOS 26 comes out on Monday, September 15th.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, by the way, aluminum is lighter than titanium. Also,
there you go.
ChatGPT about it, and ChatGPT agrees.
Can you trust that?
There's also a bunch of people in the Discord. Can we trust them? I don't know.
They're all bots.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh my God, Myke added some.
Yeah. All right. I've got 11 so far. Number 1, no iPhone color has the word orange in its name. Then even if it's orange, they ain't calling it that, and that's my thought. The iPhone line is called 17.
Okay.
It's not going to be 26. The iPhone 17 Air has a ProMotion display.
Okay.
There is an iPhone Air bumper case.
Okay.
Because you still got to feel how thin that thing is, you know? Matte display for the Pro iPhone.
Ooh.
I wish.
I know. When I wrote this down, I basically wrote it down because of how excited it would make you.
But God.
Why not though, right? Like they've worked out how to do it. It's an option. Obviously, it's an option. It's not the display. But it's like on the iPad Pro, you can choose. Why can't you do it on the iPhone Pro?
Yes.
For all the same reasons. Why not? Like, let's just do it.
Please, yeah.
New headband for the Vision Pro.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
The iPhone 17 Air is pulled from an envelope. I'll be so mad if they don't do this.
Maybe your buddy John Turnus can wear really tight jeans.
You can't even see it. Don't look too close.
Is that an iPhone Air in your pocket? Or you're just happy to see me?
You couldn't tell. It's not what you think. Oh my word! I've gone a bit hot and bothered now.
Yeah,
Stephen, you got to be on on this wavelength with me. The iPhone 17 Air.
Yeah, I think I'm on the wavelength.
From an envelope.
It'd be cool.
With the iPad Air, they hid it behind an Apple Pencil, right? I think was what they did for that one.
And then famously, or famous in my own mind, for the iPad Air 2, they had a laser cut the pencil down. And the iPad Air 2 was behind it.
That was sick. I had a thought the other day that I've just had again. I had this thought while I was holding my child, so I couldn't look it up. So there's an answer to this question. When did the iPad Air become a thing? Like they didn't go from iPad to iPad Air and back to iPad again, right? Like the iPad was always available when they had the iPad Air, right? You know what I mean? Like they added it as a product, right? They didn't.
Wasn't it in 2013?
The first iPad Air was 2013. It replaced the iPad 4.
Yeah.
The iPad.
So my thought was right.
The iPad 4, October 2012 to October 2014. The iPad 5th generation was not till 2017. So there was a gap where there was no regular iPad.
So I'm sorry, I phrased it incorrectly. My original thought was that the iPad Air was on its own.
Yes.
And then I was like, really, did they do? Because then I was trying to think like when, because then I was lost in like what the iPad Air was. The iPad Air did used to just look like the iPad. It wasn't like the iPad Air now that looks like the iPad Pro.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Right? So that was fast. Because they also did that thing, was the new iPad, right? They did that too.
The new iPad. That was the third one.
That was the third one. Yeah.
Right. All of this came from me starting the thought of, do you remember how good the iPad Mini 2 was? That was the thought that I had, and then it sent me down this like what was the names of all the iPads? Like, I guess what am I gonna do? And I can't do anything except hold this child, and it's gotta be dark in the room. And so I was just thinking about iPads. I feel like Federico probably does that kind of stuff. Number 8, Apple specifically calls out the blood oxygen features of the Apple Watch.
Yeah,
because they've not been allowed to talk about it for a long time.
But they're getting sued again, so I don't think they will.
I don't think they care if they're shipping it.
Maybe.
Right? Like, They're not being sued again, though, right? Like Massimo's just said some stuff. It's still available.
It hasn't been taken off,
do it again.
But
yeah. The 17 line is all made of aluminium, all of them. iOS 26 comes out on Tuesday, September 16th.
I really hope you're right. Look, against...
Why not,
Yeah.
Let's pick 10. Pick 11. No date for macOS Tahoe.
Oh, John is going to be so happy and so upset at the same time. Yeah.
Because I think they'll talk about it in October. And it'll be an October event.
Man, I would be so jealous of John if that's the case.
Yeah.
Oof.
I think Tahoe needs some more time in the oven. I added one.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Just one. There is an orange iPhone Pro.
Now, what are you saying here? Like, I'm just intrigued because I said no iPhone has the word orange in its name, right? You saying it's just orange by the eye or orange in the name?
Yeah.
Orange by the eye? Okay.
There is an iPhone Pro that is orange by the eye.
What color is copper?
Copper, I think, is different than orange. I think it's got more pink in it.
Right, but this is why I'm asking you that question, because I think it will be a copper.
Number 8.
I don't think it will be orange.
There is an iPhone Pro that is copper.
You just stole it straight from my mouth.
Number 10. The new iPhone Pro color is called Tangerine.
Oh, that's very orange.
Yeah.
iMac
G3 Tangerine. Okay.
So number 12, the new iPhone color is called rust.
Oh, no.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Number 9.
Maybe it is.
The new iPhone Pro color is called copper.
Oh, wait, isn't that... You have orange by the eye and copper by the eye?
It's the Flexies, baby.
Come on, Steven.
Spread them out.
You could do whatever you want, but like, come on. I thought that you were saying it was going to be called copper. So now we have orange by the eye and copper by the eye.
And it's called copper.
Come on. I feel like you're letting your orange side down by just like now saying it's copper.
I'm here to win.
Number 11, the iPhone Air is introduced with a video that shows it appear, that makes it appear from behind an iPhone 17 Pro laying flat on a surface.
So here's my question for you. Did they do that or did they do like the other thing? You know what I mean? Is it like the iPhone? Maybe they pick it up and there's an iPhone 6 and they pick it up again and then there's like that'd be cool, right?
I don't know.
Number 13.
Oh my God.
Tim Cook says iPhone 17 Air before anyone else.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
I think he's going to take the one more thing.
Okay. Is that it?
I think I'm done. I think I'm done.
Okay.
I think I'm done.
All right. Steven?
I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well, those are the picks, boys.
If you want to find us to make fun of our picks, we are on the internet. Federico is the editor-in-chief of MacStories.net and the host of a bunch of other podcasts. Myke hosts many other shows on Relay, and you can find his blog at theenthusiast.net. I'm the writer of 512 Pixels, and I co-host Mac Power Users here on Relay. We have a bunch of links for you in the show notes. You can find the game at rickies.co and rickies.net. But the link I would encourage you the most to click is the top one, to go to stjude.org/relay and donate to our campaign for saving lives. Go check that out. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Squarespace and Turbulence Forecast. And until next week when we judge these picks, boys, say goodbye.
Arrivederci.
Cheerio.
Bye, y'all.